The following portion of Fox 43 AM Live is sponsored by Tender Loving Care Pet Nursing Hotel.
March is National Pet Poison Awareness Month, and today we're talking about dogs and the hidden dangers lurking in our homes and yards. Joining us today is Leslie, the owner of TLC Pet Nursing Hotel. Welcome back.
Hey there.
We talked about cats last week, and now we're talking about dogs this week. You know,
Yes.
We know dogs eat everything, but what are some of the most the dangerous toxins that we should be looking out for?
Are you talking about my dog?
I'm talking about my dog.
Oh man, dogs. I mean, so they love to walk and they love to sniff, and then when they're down there in the grass, you don't know what they're doing. They could find anything.
They are so good at it. I'm like, I look at Garth and he's just like, oh, it's fine. And then next thing I know, he's pulling something up.
Right? And you may not be able to get to that mouth in time.
Yeah, no.
So this is Pet Awareness Month, March, so that's why I thought we would separate cat from dog and talk about dog today. And yeah, there are a lot of different things, and I brought my list so that I don't forget anything. Okay, so chocolate, the darker,
that's a
the more deadly. No, so dark chocolate is really bad. Any chocolate is bad. Xylitol. So when you're buying peanut butter or anything like that, you want to make sure that it doesn't have xylitol.
Thank you for the reminder on that one.
Yeah, that's important. Grapes and raisins. No. Onions, garlic, and chives. So when you're making that wonderful recipe, don't let it fall on the ground for Garth to get.
He gets heartbroken when we make dishes sometimes.
Exactly. And then any kind of human medication, any antidepressants, any Tylenol or acetaminophen, which is Tylenol, or
ibuprofen?
Thank you.
There we go.
Thank you. Thank you. And then any kind of item that is, in the ground with regard to fertilizers and things like that, those are also deadly.
I think that's something we forget about, where they're, going through the ground. We don't think about, what have somebody put in the ground as well.
And also that chocolate mulch stuff that, looks kind of pretty, they shouldn't be chewing on that either. And I know, Mimi works in that all the time.
Everything. Yeah.
I mean,
so if a dog does eat something bad, what symptoms should we be looking out for?
So there's anything from drooling a lot, vomiting, diarrhea, pale gums. So, pull back the lip of the dog and take a look, check their gums to see what's going on. And just, make sure that they are get to the doctor as soon as possible.
Yes, that was going to be my next question. I see some of these symptoms. What should I do? Call our vet, I would suppose. Yeah. Possibly head over to the emergency vet if it's a Saturday, unfortunately. Yeah. And who should we be calling if it maybe to check on more information?
The ASPCA has a number for pet poison. And then there's also a pet poison line that's specifically dedicated just to helping folks who are having those issues.
Okay, yeah, definitely good to have on hand. And we're heading into springtime. Maybe we don't even think about seasonal toxins. Anything we should be aware of around this area?
Yeah, so last week we talked about lilies being not a good thing for cats. Really the pesticides for dogs, as I mentioned, as well as that mulch. Those are the things that are really very deadly for dogs.
Yeah, if you're walking your dog on the leash, keep them reined in a little bit. Don't let them free rein too far.
Exactly. Some dogs like to eat the worms. Let them eat the worm jerky.
The worm jerky, okay.
That's what my dog likes.
Yeah, and are there other things we can do to keep our dogs safe?
I think the most important thing is just being careful when you're cooking. So those ingredients that we talked about, when you're cooking, when you're baking, when you're picking your favorite treat, that might be a peanut butter or anything else, just check the ingredients to make sure that you're not buying something that has xylitol in it is very important. And then, as you said, just watch what they do when they're down there in the grass and they're, smelling, sniffing, investigating. Like that's what brings dogs joy.
Yeah,
right?
They're reading the newspaper, as I understand, when they're sniffing things, but they don't let them grab a snack at the same time.
Exactly, not one of those deadly ones.
Yes. And Leslie, I guess any final thoughts that owners should remember about their pups?
Well, this is the time of year when pools will be coming out, and dogs want to get into the water and have a good time. And so we're going to be talking about that in some later episodes of things you might want to think about when they're out in the pool or out in the lake or wherever they may be. So, you know, we're getting to those seasonal times where it's going to be important to just think about a couple of other things that are important for pets.
Yeah, definitely. Always kind of keep an eye out for them. They have too much enthusiasm to enjoy the world. They don't really realize the dangers out there.
Exactly. And so, you know, and when we're walking pets and dogs at Tender Loving Care Pet Nursing Hotel, we're always conscious of looking at what they're actually sniffing or trying to get at. And we keep our lawn such that we can see what they're doing. There's not a ton of grass out there.
You're mowing every day.
Yeah, mowing on a regular basis.
Wonderful. Well, Leslie, thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Thanks,
it's always
Dave.
a pleasure to have you on the show.
I love being here. Thank you so much.
Everyone, to learn more about Tender Loving Care, head on over to tlcpetnursinghotel.com.
Thanks.
The preceding portion of Fox 43 AM Live was sponsored by Tender Loving Care Pet Nursing Hotel.